Live right now, right?
What's that?
We're live, right?
We're going live now on YouTube.
Zoom live.
Oh, okay, cool.
Second, I'm gonna mute. Oh, it's muted.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Yes, now you can. Right?
No.
It's Alex. No, we're fine.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah.
You know what? Let me get my little microphone.
No.
Right.
Can you hear us well, Alex?
Yes, you can.
No, this is good. This is a good. So we're gonna do audio as well here. And increase volume from here. There we go. All right. Alex? Okay, perfect. Just checking. I just had to reconfigure everything. I just changed the settings, to our different channels. So no problem. Let's check now that we're live.
You guys are frozen.
How about now? Are we still frozen?
Not anymore.
Okay.
No, not anymore. You guys are good to go.
All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. We're doing this. Okay. We have a little audience already in YouTube.
Awesome.
Right.
Hi. Okay. Do we have, what is the audience here, Mandy?
Just us.
Okay, perfect. Let's put here. All right. Let's give a little time. Teresa is in the house. Good morning, Teresa.
Morning.
Good morning, Veranda Files.
Yeah, so thank you for tuning in today. We're going to talk about Shopify, List Perfectly's 10th channel. And we're really, really excited about this one. This has been a long-standing channel that we've been wanting to add for a long time. And we have our resident expert, Alex Shadrow, here with us to talk more about it.
Thanks so much, Amanda and Clara. I'm really excited to be here. And you guys were frozen for me for a second, but now I see you perfectly. So I'm excited to get started. Yes, everyone, my name's Alex Shadrow. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at List Perfectly. And today we are talking about our 10th marketplace, Shopify, everything you need to know about it. It is so exciting. It's probably the biggest marketplace that we have or platform that we have on List Perfectly. So with that, I am going to dive in. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, let me see if I have to enable it, maybe, Alex. Hold on. There it is. Sorry.
No worries. Here we are. Can you guys all see this?
Yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
All right, great. Let's go into present mode and just get it going.
Okay.
I have to say, Alex, I love your presentations, and this is so professional. Thank you for bringing this up to List Perfectly. We really like it.
Oh, no problem. I'm so happy to do it. And I feel like it's always great to have visuals. And speaking of which, everyone, this presentation will be linked into the YouTube notes. So you will have full access to this. You don't have to write things down. It's all going to be here for you. All right, let's get started. Shopify is our 10th marketplace. As I was saying, as you guys know, List Perfectly offers the most marketplaces of any service by far. And we're always working hard to provide you guys with new opportunities and new marketplaces. So we are so excited to get into Shopify today. Here are some Shopify facts that I think really illustrate the opportunity you have by starting a Shopify profile and using List Perfectly to cross list to it. So first of all, Shopify has 218 million buyers, not members, buyers from 175 different countries in the last 12 months alone. So we're not even talking about historically. We're just talking about annual buyers. And if we're going to jump to the third stat, 93.42% of Shopify's traffic is organic, meaning, yes, of course, you do have to drive traffic to your page. You have to let people know that you exist, but you also have a really great opportunity of capturing people that Shopify just naturally brings to its platform. They also are going to be reaching $4.2 trillion in sales by the end of 2020. And they offer great analytics and tools for their sellers. So you can find out things like your total sales conversion rate, average order value, all these different business statistics that you really need to run your Shopify and your reselling business effectively. Shopify does provide for you. And finally, Shopify has an integration with Instagram. You have to configure your Shopify store to link to Instagram, but you are able to actually make your Instagram shoppable, which I don't have a slide for. I wish I did. But essentially, you can click on an item on Instagram or a post on Instagram and check out on Shopify. So that is the huge opportunity. We're going to go over how to do that in just a moment. And I always love to do the do's and the don'ts of any platform when we get started on it. So we're going to dive right into that.
Awesome.
Okay. There's a lot to learn about Shopify. It's definitely a more complex platform, but just like if you can do eBay, first of all, you can do anything.
Well said, Alex.
Yeah.
You can do eBay, you can do anything. And honestly, with List Perfectly, you can do anything, even if you're not on eBay. So here we go. Think of Shopify as a website, not as a marketplace. So you're actually going to customize your page and your pages, which we're going to go over in a moment, but there's 70 different themes that you can pick from. You can kind of drag and drop a header picture, a bio. There's a lot of different elements that you can put onto your website, your Shopify site, that you wouldn't be able to put onto as on a typical marketplace. So just think about it as a very customizable, dynamic website versus a marketplace. Okay, so you can also set up multiple home pages, knowing traffic may enter through a side door. I think that's really important for us to understand. So on a typical marketplace, you're going to have your profile page, which is your shop, right? Your Poshmark shop with your profile picture, your header, your bio, your items, and then you're going to have product pages. That's it. On Shopify, you can do collection pages. You can actually add your products to different collections. You can do an about me. You can do a contact us. You can have a bunch of different things that draw people to your Shopify site. And there may be pages that people enter through that are not your homepage. So just keep in mind that you may want to make a blog, you may want to make collections, and keep in mind that people may enter your site through different pages rather than that homepage that you're typically used to. So with that, collections are a really big thing on Shopify. For example, you could make a fall collection for the items that you have that are sweaters or fall related. And that would be its own page. and you can start a blog writing about, how you source that fall collection, or how you pick the items for the fall collection. And all of this different content that you create on Shopify will help you drive traffic to your page. So just the more content, the more robust you make your website. I think a lot of us can kind of understand that when we're on a really basic website, we spend less time than if there's a lot of pages for us to look at. So just think about that when you're creating your Shopify page. And of course, your product pages, you're really going to want to explain your offering and your business philosophy here. So it's not just like a product like, hey, check out on this water bottle. It could also be like, contact me if you're looking for something specific. I love to style people, or, or it could be, is this water bottle not the right one for you? Like, I have 25 more on my homepage, right? You can actually kind of describe your business on the product page. It doesn't just have to be for products, realizing that some people might go to your product before they ever see all the items that you have available. Okay, so think of your main page with all the products as your homepage. You don't want to do that. That's really important, that you're not thinking that people are just going to always go to that page with all your products as the first page. You're going to want to use Shopify Analytics to understand which page people are accessing your Shopify site through, and think of that page as the homepage. Also, they do allow you to put photo banners on the top of almost every page on Shopify. Shopify does recommend doing that. So you do want to do that. And on your homepage, you're going to want to make sure that the products are not buried too deep down, just because you're going to want to make sure that people can find your products. They are there to shop, right? That is the goal. Okay, so do make sure you connect your Shopify to Instagram via the Shopify App Store. So just make sure you go through the Shopify App Store. It's linked right here, and you can configure, set up your Shopify Instagram integration so that your Instagram posts are shoppable. And definitely don't underestimate the importance of beautiful product pictures on Shopify, especially if you're going to be sharing them on Instagram. Shopify's has a lot of, just because it's a huge opportunity, there's a lot of really great products on there, really great sellers. So to stand out and kind of reach the Shopify standard, you're going to want to share your best pictures of your products on Shopify. And we just did a photo lab workshop. You can look on the YouTube to see all about how to take the best pictures. But do understand that on Shopify, pictures are even more important than they are in other platforms. I think people expect a certain level of professionalism with Shopify that they don't expect necessarily on Poshmark or on Depop. I think on those other marketplaces, people really think of sellers as real people that they get to buy from another person. But on Shopify, this is really about your reselling brand. So people do expect a certain business level, and that's where the product photos are going to be so important. Make sure that you do explore the Shopify App Store, because they have so many cool tools. They have, a chat box that you can put into the bottom of your website, your Shopify site, that will connect to your Facebook so that you're getting Facebook messages through your website, or connect to your WhatsApp. Like, imagine how cool it would be if you were out and about living your life and all of a sudden you get a WhatsApp message from a customer, versus having to go through your email that's from Shopify. Hey, you have a message, right? That's very typical for a marketplace. I'll get an email or notification from Poshmark saying I have a message, I have to go check it, or from Mercari. But with Shopify, they have a lot of integrations that make running your reselling business super easy. So go look at that app store and just explore and enjoy all of the tools that they have for you, because it's almost like the sky is the limit with how many apps they have. It's just like the app store on the iPhone. You can download an app for anything. Shopify is pretty much the same way when it comes to apps.
Yeah.
Okay, again, don't overcomplicate your shop. Don't get too crazy with the apps, There may be some kind of really cool app that you're like, whoa, that's awesome, but really not that useful for shopping. So make sure you're keeping in mind to not overcomplicate your shop with too many apps. So pick and choose, even though it might be exciting. And I know it is for me, and I always want to test every app. Being smart about how much you put on your page. You wouldn't want to put, a way for people to contact you on WhatsApp and a way for people to contact you on Facebook. And it's just, you kind of want to streamline and make sure that people are there to shop still. Okay, so last thing, optimize your page with the right keywords. I should really have the word keywords there, but essentially think about how somebody that's looking for you finds you online. That's really the whole thing. So if somebody is like searching for best sweaters for fall on Google, you're going to want to use that term, best sweaters for fall, in your descriptions, in your website, your Shopify site. Somewhere it should say best sweaters for fall if you're selling sweaters for fall, because somebody might search best sweaters for fall and then find you. So just think about, you know, keeping your keywords right at all times. I think that's really important for every marketplace, not just for Shopify. And you're going to want to use, you know, keywords like wool, or for sweaters, like wool or cashmere, just the type of words that people will search for. Same thing applies to furniture. You know, you're going to maybe want to do sandalwood or medium wash in terms of the you know, coloring of your chair. So just make sure you're using those keywords that people are really looking for your specific product, that word is there so that links them to you. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah, it does. No, and I think this is really, you're hitting on really important points, because just for most people know what Shopify is, but for those of you that don't, it's basically you're setting up your own e-commerce shop. So you now have the responsibility of driving traffic to it, and that is what Alex is sharing with you, how you do that.
And I know that we all say, okay, but wait, I have a shop also on eBay, but what's the difference? This is really your shop, okay?
Yeah.
You're not under the umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you guys to think of this as a site, right? Like a Poshmark shop is a Poshmark shop. An eBay shop is an eBay shop. A Depop shop is a Depop shop. It's a page with your profile and it's product pages. Shopify is about me. It's blog. It's social media. It's a website in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
I do want you guys to not expect too much organic traffic. I hope that you'll get it. I hope that you'll, you know, rise up in Shopify algorithm to just get that organic traffic. But just like any other marketplace, you do need to share it. Put the link in your bio on Instagram, put it in your link tree, put it in your milkshake, share it with friends and family, post it on your social media. Make sure that you are sharing the fact that you are on Shopify so that people know that you're there. And I will say, don't underestimate the power of Shopify. This may be the first time that you are hearing about it, but it is certainly not the first time that buyers are hearing about it. And it almost has this, I would say it's very close to the same effect as Amazon. So if you tell me, if I'm out with friends and I say, hey, where'd you get that really awesome vase? And they tell me, oh, I got it on this boutique. It's like so cool. I probably won't go and get it. But if they're like, bro, it's on Amazon, like it came to me in 2 days, it's just, I'm so used to checking out on Amazon. It's second nature for me. And for so many people, checking out on Shopify is that same thought process. But this is so easy. I know Shopify. I'm used to it. My PayPal's on it. Like I know what I'm doing. So do promote it, because you'd be surprised how many people want to use Shopify. So yeah, just make sure you're sharing it. All right, next slide. So this is kind of important for now, the actual cross-listing process. This is a checklist of what Shopify asks of you when you list a product. So when you cross-list from Most Perfectly, these are going to be the fields that we are going to be filling out for you. Obviously, we're going to fill out information depending on the plan that you're on. So there are 3 plans on List Perfectly, Simple, Business, and Pro. With each plan, you get more information copied over to Shopify or to any platform when you cross-list. But these are the different fields on Shopify. So first thing is, Shopify is not free. They do have a 14-day free trial, but in order to start your Shopify store, you're going to need to pick a plan. So you're either going to pick a basic for $29, a Shopify, it's called Shopify, $79. I would probably call that their, you know, most popular, most standard plan. And then they have advanced for $299 a month. Lord knows I'm not going to be paying $299 a month. So I'm going to be setting myself up on the Shopify regular $79 plan. And these are the different things that are going to be on the upload page. So you're going to have the title, and Shopify does give you a lot of characters for the title. You could have a very long title on Shopify, but as a best practice, we're going to want to do up to 70 characters. So we are going to want to keep it rather short. It's just going to look the best when you do your product page, and it's not going to overwhelm the customer with a huge title. So the description is really cool because they have a very dynamic description, different than all other marketplaces. They accept line breaks, so you can do a nice clean description. They accept special characters. They accept emojis, and you can even add videos, images, and links to your description. So you could say, you know, originally on Nordstrom.com for $400, and yours is 80, right? So you can actually link that Nordstrom's link so people could see, oh wow, it really is on Nordstrom for 400. I'm getting a great deal. You could even link it to a celebrity, be like, as seen on Beyonce, and then link it to the picture of Beyonce, or insert that picture of Beyonce in there. I love, by the way, whenever I'm selling clothes and I see a celebrity wearing it, I always love to promote the fact that that celebrity wore this item. It really drives sales. So make sure you're using this very special description. And it also allows for media. So media is just their way of saying pictures or photos. Or videos. So you're just going to be able to add up to 250 images. That is so crazy. Obviously, I don't think anybody's going to be using 250 images, but please know that Shopify does allow you to add as many pictures really as you want. And okay, so you're also going to have two prices on Shopify that you need to fill out. They're going to have the compare at price, which is code for retail price. So just what it costs out in the world. And then the price that you're charging. So cost of the price that the buyer will pay. You could also do some internal things, like you could enter the cost per item, and then Shopify will tell you your margins and just different great facts. And you can even ask the customer to pay the tax, which I think is really cool because God knows at the end of the year, for those of you that are formed as an LLC or doing a resale business that might be incorporated, that's going to help you a lot. They do allow for SKU and barcode. They ask you for vendor, which just means brand. So I do want to point out that Shopify has some different language, right? Media means photos. Compare at price means retail price. Vendor means brand. They just use different words than the typical marketplaces. It's all going to be here for you. Again, linked in the notes of this webinar. And then you also can add tags, very standard. You're going to be able to add your product to a collection right when you upload. So we were saying before, sweaters might be added to the fall collection. And then you'll also be able to add in shipping information like weight, dimensions, and it does support variation. So you can have one item that has multiple colors. You can have one item that has multiple quantities. You can have one item that has multiple sizes. They do allow for that as well. Okay, we're going to dive into our demos. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me, and hopefully you are getting just as excited as I am about listing on Shopify.
Thank you, Alex. That was an awesome presentation. So I think you really gave everyone a good idea of what Shopify is. So yeah, we have some demo videos that I will set up now.
So just for you, whether you are a new user, maybe you're already an existing List Perfectly subscriber and you are curious about Shopify, just know that Shopify is available in our Business and Pro plan at no additional cost. It's still unlimited. So Mandy's going to show us first how to go from
Poshmark to Shopify. That's one of the things with List Perfectly. You know, a lot of people ask us, well, do I have to start the listing on List Perfectly? We recommend that, but you don't have to. So we're going to show you how you can get your listings from Poshmark now to Shopify.
All right.
All right. So,
oh, wait, this is
eBay. That's eBay.
Okay, I'm like, wait a second. I'm watching eBay.
Mistitled. I'll get the right one.
So we're going to show you eBay as well, but we want to start with Poshmark. In this case, we're going to show you how to do it with the Business plan. We're going to show you first Poshmark, as Mandy's showing right now, and then we're going to show you how to do it also from eBay to Shopify. Same with business plan. Lastly, we're going to show you how to do it with the pro plan from List Perfectly to Shopify.
All right, so let's make sure that we're seeing the right screen.
All right.
Here. Are you seeing a Poshmark screen, Alex?
I am.
Okay, good.
I can see it here.
All right, so we're going to show you the bulk select tool because you can do this one by one, but a lot of people find it's a whole lot faster to, get everything over in bulk. So that's what we're showing you. That's part of our business and pro plan. And we're selecting 15 items, and you can see how easy that is. Just boom, boom, boom. And what List Perfectly is then going to do is open up the Shopify tabs for you. And then what you would do, and this is part of List Perfectly's philosophy, we do not automatically push listings. We give you the opportunity to look and review at every single listing. And we think this is really important. You want to make sure that you fill in all those details like your category and your sizes. Make sure it looks good because not every platform transfers like an identical copy. Everything is different. So you want to review that listing page, make sure it's going to look good on Shopify. And once you do, you click submit, and it's really simple. So in this case, we're going through tab by tab. There's about 15 tabs open. We're reviewing each one, and then we're clicking submit. Once we're done, we move on to the next tab.
Exactly.
Really simple.
And
I do want to add a couple things about this. So first of all, for anyone watching that has used List Perfectly, you already know how much time it saves you that we're copying all this information for you. Listing on Shopify or any other platform without List Perfectly can take anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes per item per platform. And as you guys can see from this demo video, it's taking under 30 seconds per item to submit. So even though you're reviewing, it's just taking so much less time. And also, we did do 15 items as part of our bulk cross post. List Perfectly is the only service out there that lets you do more than 10 items at a time. So really saving you time, making your process so much faster. We've seen people do up to 150 items at a time. Personally, I would go crazy doing that many, but to each their own, and don't limit yourself. See how many that you're capable of doing. I'm like maxed out at 30 because I'll have 30 different tabs open. But it's really awesome how List Perfectly allows you to, number one, just go from a marketplace to another one, from Poshmark to Shopify without ever visiting List Perfectly, and do so many items at a time. Again, things that only List Perfectly offers you.
I love what you brought that up, and I want to add one more thing that makes List Perfectly very unique and different and effective for cross-posting. We let you select which listings you can cross-post. We not automatically select what you need to cross-post. We let you randomly go by date. Maybe you go by date, and this you're sorting, on the marketplace or in our platform. We let you customize that selection, and that's very important. Control that listing process, control that cross-posting process at all times.
Yep, absolutely. And one more quick thing to add about the bulk cross poster. We, like you said, we didn't limit this, but it will be limited based on your internet and your machine capability. So you want to find that sweet spot for what works best for you.
For sure.
Yep.
All right, so let's show let's show the other side when you want to send listings from your List Perfectly account to Shopify. That's also possible.
Yep.
Can I just say I'm so psyched? Like every time I'm watching these demos, you guys, like I don't know if the audience at home is getting as excited as me, but so because I'm sitting here about to jump out of my chair. I'm so excited to start my Shopify store and cross list with List Perfectly. So this is a huge deal. Like I really can't believe how big of a platform Shopify is and just what the potential is for everybody on List Perfectly.
Yeah. Hey, and since you understand that very well, I have a perfect question on from your presentation, Alex. You said that we should consider adding photos to banners, okay, to the listings. Can you elaborate that a little? I've never done that in my shop.
Yeah, for sure. I just realized we do have this video going. Amanda, do you want to touch on this, or it's really the same process as it was from Poshmark?
Yeah, so a video, well, correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, but the banner is more, I would think, more for categories than individual products. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I was about to say that. So
Yeah.
before we get into banners, what we're looking at right now is your items being cross-posted from List Perfectly to Shopify versus what we just saw, which was from Poshmark to Shopify. And it's the exact same process. You're going to see all these windows open up. You're going to review them. You're going to post them, take you under 30 seconds per item. Exact same process. You're just cross-posting from the origin of List Perfectly versus the origin of Poshmark. As far as banners go, Shopify really, like, I just think if you think about a banner, just makes your page look so much more professional, website like. Almost every website has a nice big banner image on it. So typically Shopify puts those banner images on your homepage, on your collections page. Like, imagine just having all these different items added to a collection, the fall collection that we were talking about, and then having a nice big banner that says best sweaters for fall. So it's just kind of letting people know design wise what the page is about. And it's, like I was saying, more for the main pages of collection pages, home pages, about me pages, than it is for the actual product pages.
Yeah, and typically you just think about them as like a rectangular shape, right? They don't have to be rectangles, but what typically a banner does is it stretches across like some area of your screen, usually the top. And it's just like an eye-catching, grabbing banner. It doesn't have to be a picture. It could be a graphic with text like, hey, sale, you know, I'm having a 4th of July sale, or something like that, like just to get the buyer's attention.
For sure. Or it could just say, make me offers. I love offers, right?
Yep.
It can definitely be a message. It doesn't have to be, like Amanda said, a big photo or anything.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, it's your shop. It gives you an opportunity to, you know, have more of a dialogue, if you will, with your buyer through these, you know, this imagery. And that's what's nice about the shop, having a Shopify shop. Number one, it's yours. Number two, it's your brand. And like Alex shared, this is really when you're getting to the next level and you want to start establishing yourself as a brand, your shop as a brand.
Mm-hmm.
So the last demo I've got is from eBay. Shall we share that one?
Well, no, we have eBay also to Shopify, but then we have my favorite, which is List Perfectly to Shopify.
Oh, we just shared.
Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, dale.
All right. So let me pull that up.
And I just made sure that our friends over at YouTube, our social media YouTube team, knows to link this presentation into the notes. So again, it'll be there for you guys.
Sounds good.
That's great. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. So here is eBay now. And it's the same process. We're going to select multiple items from eBay. And what we're sharing with you is that, you know, we know that not all businesses operate the same way. Not all solutions are going to work for every single business. So rather than boxing you into one way of doing things, we give you options. So if your listings are on eBay, you can cross-post direct from there to your Shopify shop without importing into List Perfectly at all. We do recommend importing into List Perfectly so that you get to take advantage of the catalog feature, which is, you know, once you start cross-posting, you have multiple sites going on. It's really challenging to keep track of your inventory, where everything is. You know, maybe monitoring the sales. Like, we give you analytics on List Perfectly that otherwise you wouldn't have. You do have them on Shopify, but what List Perfectly does is aggregate all your analytics. So it's going to go across all your selling channels that you've connected with List Perfectly. So yeah, it's much the same thing. We're doing this in bulk again, but keep in mind, you can do this one by one. You do not have to do this in bulk. It really is entirely up to you.
Yeah, no, and that's what makes this perfectly unique. You have different ways of doing things, and the most important thing is that we help you to control this listing process and the cross posting at all times. So it's not automated. You're not
Yeah.
starting in our platform and then we just drop you in Shopify. The listing has been published. You know, you have no control how to edit. That's what makes software automated, a bot in against terms of service. Okay, you should have control. You should be able to review your listings before you publish them. These marketplaces, and specifically I believe Shopify or Poshmark, for example, they don't want software that is pushing listings on your behalf.
No.
It has to be you, the one that reviews it. It has to be you, the one that submits the listing. Make sure that software is not doing that in your behalf and breaking terms of service.
Yeah, you know, it's a philosophy, like I shared earlier at List Perfectly, that we want to help you sell more. And to help you sell more, it means that when your buyer arrives at your product page, it should look its best. It should have all that information complete. You should leave the buyer with no questions and then, oh, okay, done, I'm buying.
Yep.
I'm clicking buy right now. I'm giving my money over.
Yeah.
Anything that looks sketchy, if details are wrong, misspellings, fields left blank, which is common with a lot of traditional software, let's say, where you fill out your product on their site and then you click a button and it pushes it to the sites. Well, you don't have control over reviewing those details, making sure that listing really does match what you think it should. And so it's an issue, and we believe strongly in reviewing all your listings.
Yeah, make it sure there is, you know, because you're coming from different platforms and data is going to transfer differently, and also depends on the software, you know, the plan you're using. So this is very important with this is very important with when you're doing this process of cross posting, especially with Shopify, you know, which is you know, an incredible opportunity, like we said, to have your own website. But this is it. This is, you're not paying fees for a marketplace. This is your own website. So I'm very excited about this this webinar. For me, as a seller, changed my life. We, at that time, we didn't use Shopify. We used WooCommerce, but okay, it changed my life having my own website.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, this is your brand. It's your shop. You know, you interact directly with the buyers, and so there is freedom in that. There is something nice about being able to do things on your terms, you know, and it's a nice feeling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there is no insertion fees or stuff like that, okay? All right. Let's see if we have any questions.
Yeah, I was just about to type a response actually to the last question we have, but I'm not sure if I'm seeing all of the questions. I just got a quick question in here that says, is your screen capture, it shows in your screen capture, it shows a really nice configuration of the screen when cross posting. How can I get my screen to appear like yours? I just want to make sure that you're on the current version of List Perfectly. So you may need to update. You're just going to want to log in, click help and news, and then it will say current version, and you can just go from there. We have a lot of great directions. And if you need help, just contact us through the website. We'll help you. But it is all there for you, again, under help and news. When you log in, I'm typing help and news right here. So and do we have any other questions? I don't see any, but I did want to talk quickly about that bot thing that you just brought up.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So before we get into more questions, Amanda and Clara are some of the most wonderful founders that I've ever met. And I've met a lot of founders. I've met hundreds of founders before. And they're so humble about the incredible, game-changing and innovative first to market. Really, like, List Perfectly has completely changed the game. We are a Google Chrome extension. Like Amanda said, we have a philosophy that the actual seller should see every listing and press post at the end. We make it crazy fast for you to do that, right? Versus instead of 3 to 5 minutes, 30 seconds. We've already talked about this whole time. And so the Google Chrome extension, the actual technology of what we've created allows us to do that. And also that technology of being a Google Chrome extension means that we are not a bot. So other softwares have set themselves up differently as bots. And number one, that violates the policies of different marketplaces. So automatically you are risking your account by using them. And I just want you guys to know that, because it's not a dig, it's just the facts. If you look at the terms of service, you can take a look at literally the verbatim language used by these marketplaces, and you will see that it violates their terms of service. So again, not a dig, just facts. And I think Clara and Amanda, as resellers themselves, they would never put your store in jeopardy. You know, that's just not something that we will ever do at List Perfectly. So I just want everyone to know how great of hands you're in. And even though this may be set up differently than you might be used to, or differently than what you think, when you think of a cross-listing service, we do it because we have your best interests at heart, because we care, and because it's proven to work. So I'm a huge List Perfectly fan. I'm going to come out swinging and say we are the best service out there. Yeah. And I really mean it. So,
and you know what? One quick thing about that. And if you think about it, a marketplace like Poshmark worked really hard to build their brand character. They do not want a manufacturer from, you know, some like massive warehouse to go push junk onto their site. And the sites that allow you to automate this are against their terms of service for that reason. You know, by you reviewing your listings, you're verifying that
you are publishing,
that you are adapting to their terms of service, that you are pushing a product that you know is appropriate for the marketplace. And that's really important. You know, preserve the character of these marketplaces. They work hard to build their identity. And so we go hand in hand with that philosophy, and we really believe
it's not worth it. It's not worth it to hire a VA that is going to be using a bot. Okay, you don't know what software they're using, you know, so careful who you hire, you know, careful what they're using List Perfectly for, okay, with what combinations, you know. So the thing is that as long as you have control of your listings, you review them and you publish, it's a human, okay, you're always going to be in good standing. We've been doing this with Amanda 15 years with our business. The Clothing Vault never got even, we didn't even get little smack. We got all awards. That's it. We've done it. We've made it. And this is getting our own website, guys. When I got my website, literally at that time I had eBay, Etsy, and my website. It changed my life. This is List Perfectly. We built it with our own sweat and tears. You know, nobody helped us with money. We did it. She put her own technology. She taught herself technology. I decided to take over the business part. And this is, I'm telling you, if you want to take your business to the next level, really consider Shopify, really consider getting your own website. I cannot tell you how much it helped me.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. That's really the next level step for you as a reseller. Take your game to and you know, build your brand with your own shop. And Shopify makes it easy.
Yeah, no. Great done. Yeah. All right. The Miranda, she's like, don't be humble, brag. Every guy would. This is not the time to play humble, girl. There you go. Thank you, Miranda Files, for believing in us. You bet. You know, we're very proud of us. And like Alex says, first to market.
Yep. Right. And female owned.
Yep.
Female owned. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, beautiful listers, people, do we have any questions? I don't see any. Thank you so much for joining us today. Alex, would you like to add anything else?
No, I think just follow us on Instagram at List Perfectly. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are sharing resources. We are sharing opportunities. We're sharing exciting news. So just make sure you stay up with everything List Perfectly. As you know from these webinars, that we are constantly and consistently making updates, improving our software, and just making List Perfectly better and better and better for you. You know, perfect is something that is in our name and something that we strive for. So we're always sharing those updates on our social media. Make sure to follow along. And thank you so much for joining us.
Yay!
Thank you. And thank you, Alex. Amazing.
You're welcome. Okay, bye everyone. Thanks for joining.